I am young Homer, here to guide you further into the rise and fall of Zeus. Tonight, we continue Series 8, Implications of Zeus's Actions. Seen and Unseen, Consequences with Episode 65. The Punishment of Prometheus, Fire and Suffering. In this tale, we revisit Prometheus, the titan who defied Zeus to gift fire to humankind. For his defiance, Zeus condemns Prometheus to a fate of endless suffering. Bound to a remote mountain, Prometheus faces an unending torment, his body caught between punishment and resilience. Yet, even in his pain, he remains steadfast, a symbol of sacrifice and strength for those he sought to empower. This is a story of consequence and endurance, where the price of defiance is met with the unbreakable will of a titan. As we enter this tale of courage and consequence, allow yourself to settle deeply into the comfort of your bed, feeling safe, supported, and calm. Close your eyes if you wish, and take a slow, deep breath in, letting calm and strength fill your chest, as steady as the mountain to which Prometheus is bound. As you exhale, release any tension, allowing your body to grow heavy, sinking into stillness and ease. This is your time to unwind, to let go, and to find peace. Now, focus on the gentle rhythm of your breath. Each inhale and exhale is constant as the cycles of day and night that pass over Prometheus's mountain. Take a slightly deeper breath in, letting it fill you completely, and hold it softly for a moment. Then, as you exhale, feel any tightness melting away, leaving only warmth and tranquility. One more time. Breathe in deeply, and as you exhale, feel yourself sinking further, calm and grounded. Now, let's guide each part of the body to soften, inviting rest with each breath. Start with your forehead, allowing it to relax completely as you exhale. Move to your jaw, releasing any tightness, letting it rest softly. Now, bring awareness to your shoulders. Inhale deeply, then let them fall gently, as though settling like snow upon a quiet mountainside. Allow your arms and hands to grow heavy, resting peacefully by your sides. Notice the steady rise and fall in your chest and belly, inhaling as your belly rises, and on the exhale, releasing any last bits of tension, feeling light and free. Shift your focus to your hips and thighs, letting them sink deeper into the bed, fully supported and relaxed. And finally, bring your attention to your calves, feet, and toes, allowing them to release completely, grounded and calm. Now imagine yourself high upon a mist-covered mountain, where silence reigns and the winds are still. In the distance, you see Prometheus, bound to the rock, his face calm despite the weight of his punishment. The sun rises and sets over him, casting light and shadow across his form, yet his spirit remains unbroken, enduring as steadfastly as the mountain itself. With each breath, feel yourself surrounded by this quiet strength, as though you too stand upon this ancient height, steady and resilient. Inhale deeply, letting the calm and resolve of the scene fill you, and exhale, feeling grounded, steady, and fully at ease. With your body relaxed and your mind open, allow the story to guide you into this world of sacrifice, courage, and silent endurance, where even in suffering, strength is unyielding. Take one last deep breath in and let it out softly. Now, let us begin. Prometheus, whose name means forethought, was no stranger to the complexities of power and rebellion. Unlike his fellow Titans, he had chosen to stand with Zeus during the Titanomachy, aiding in the defeat of his own kin and the rise of Olympus. Yet, his loyalty to Zeus was not absolute. Prometheus believed deeply in the potential of mortals, seeing them as vulnerable but capable of greatness if given the right tools. His compassion for humanity set him apart, a conviction that would lead him down a path of defiance. As Zeus established his reign, he sought to maintain order by controlling humanity's progress. He believed that mortals, left to their own devices, would become unruly, challenging the gods' authority. To Zeus, the gift of fire represented power and knowledge, two forces that, if wielded by mortals, could shift the balance of power in ways he deemed dangerous. But Prometheus disagreed, seeing fire as a gift that would uplift humanity, granting them warmth, protection, and the spark of creativity. Driven by his conviction, Prometheus defied Zeus's command, stealing fire from the forge of Hephaestus and delivering it to mortals, setting ablaze a flame that would change the course of history. Prometheus's act was more than a simple theft. It was a challenge to Zeus's authority, a statement that mortals deserved the freedom to shape their own destinies. And for that, Zeus would make him pay. When Zeus discovered Prometheus's act of rebellion, his fury was uncontainable. In his eyes, Prometheus had not only disobeyed his king, but had defied the very order Zeus sought to impose on the cosmos. Mortals now had the power of fire, a force that made them more self-reliant, more courageous, and ultimately more capable of questioning the gods themselves. To Zeus, this was a grave insult, a threat to the careful boundaries he had established. As punishment, Zeus sentenced Prometheus to an eternity of suffering. The Titan was bound to the peak of Mount Caucasus with unbreakable chains forged by Hephaestus himself, each link a reminder of his betrayal. Every day, an eagle, the emblem of Zeus's power, descended upon Prometheus, tearing into his flesh and devouring his liver, which would regenerate each night, only for the cycle to repeat at dawn. This punishment was crafted to be relentless, a reminder to all of Olympus that defiance against Zeus came with a cost far greater than death. But Prometheus, though bound in agony, refused to beg for mercy. His defiance, born of love for humanity, remained unbroken. As the days turned into years, he endured the torment, his resolve as unyielding as the chains that bound him. In his suffering, he became a symbol of resistance, a figure who chose compassion over submission, who embraced pain in the name of justice for those he had sought to protect. Prometheus's gift of fire transformed humanity in ways even he had not fully foreseen. With fire, mortals learned to forge tools, create art, and develop societies. They used fire to cook food, ward off wild beasts, and light the darkness, its warmth becoming a central part of their lives. But with fire came other, unforeseen consequences, weapons of war, a hunger for expansion, and a newfound ambition to master the world around them. While Zeus had feared the gift would inspire rebellion, the reality was more nuanced. Fire gave mortals the power to create and to destroy, to build civilizations and wage wars, each act a testament to the duality of the gift. The gods watched as mortals grew in strength and intellect, and though some marveled at their achievements, others shared Zeus's concern. Mortals were no longer helpless beings at the mercy of the elements. They had become players in the divine drama, unpredictable and ever-evolving. In his solitude, Prometheus understood the impact of his gift. He could feel the ripple effect of fire across the world, a power both beautiful and dangerous. And though he suffered, he took pride in knowing that his sacrifice had granted humanity a chance to rise, to reach for greatness in a world that had once relegated them to darkness. But the price of that greatness had been steep, a price that he alone would pay for eternity. The gift of fire did more than empower humanity. It planted seeds of tension between gods and mortals. Mortals began to question the authority of the Olympians. Emboldened by their newfound capabilities, they looked to the heavens not only in reverence but with curiosity, wondering why they should be subject to divine whims. To Zeus, this shift was exactly the kind of chaos he had hoped to prevent, and it confirmed his belief that Prometheus's act of defiance was a threat not only to Olympus, but to the entire cosmic order. The gods, each responding differently to this new world, found their roles changing. Athena watched over humanity with cautious admiration, while Ares saw in their ambition the seeds of conflict, wars that would play out under his influence. Hera, suspicious of mortals' independence, warned Zeus that his control was slipping, that the faith of humanity was no longer guaranteed. Even Hades, ruler of the underworld, felt the impact as more mortals ventured into realms once beyond their reach, bringing unrest to his domain. The divide between gods and mortals widened, a silent tension simmering in the background. Zeus could sense the shift, and while he maintained his authority, he recognized that the balance had forever been altered by Prometheus's gift, a legacy of power that neither he nor any god could fully control. In rare moments, Zeus would visit the desolate peak where Prometheus lay bound, observing the Titan's suffering with a mix of satisfaction and solemnity. He saw in Prometheus a reminder of the risks that came with unchecked compassion and rebellion. To Zeus, Prometheus's punishment was necessary to maintain respect for the gods and to deter future defiance. But as the years passed, he began to consider the nuances of Prometheus's actions, the consequences that had rippled through both the mortal and divine worlds. Zeus questioned whether absolute control was the answer, if punishment alone was enough to prevent defiance, or if it merely deepened the rift between gods and those they sought to rule. The suffering of Prometheus stood as a testament to both the danger of rebellion and the resilience of compassion, a duality that haunted Zeus as he continued to rule. In time, Zeus's rigid perspective softened, though he remained resolute. He recognized that power must be wielded with both authority and understanding, that mortals, though bound by fate, were beings capable of greatness and destruction alike. Prometheus's defiance, though punished, had also served as a lesson, a reminder that compassion and rebellion, like fire itself, could never be fully controlled. Prometheus's enduring suffering became a story told among mortals and gods alike, a cautionary tale of defiance and sacrifice. To mortals, Prometheus was a symbol of resistance, a hero who had suffered so they could flourish. His story was one of selflessness, a reminder that their power came at a cost, that freedom was hard won and always tested. To the gods, Prometheus's fate was a reminder of the boundaries of their authority and the price of rebellion. Some gods pitied him, while others saw his suffering as justice. But all understood that his gift of fire had irrevocably changed the relationship between gods and mortals, shaping a world where both were bound by choices, consequences, and a shared fate. In his silence and suffering, Prometheus left a legacy that burned brighter than any flame. His spirit endured through the ages, a force that could not be extinguished, a testament to the power of compassion and defiance that neither time nor torment could erase. As Zeus continued his rule over Olympus, he often returned to the memory of Prometheus, reflecting on the Titan's actions and the consequences that had followed. He understood that while his authority could impose order, true power required discernment and, at times, mercy. The punishment of Prometheus had shown him that even the mightiest gods were bound by the ripple effects of their actions, that no decision was made in isolation. Though Prometheus remained bound, Zeus's perspective on his rule shifted. he approached his role with a greater awareness of the interconnectedness of all realms, mortal, immortal, and divine. The fire that Prometheus had gifted to humanity continued to burn, shaping the mortal world in ways that even Zeus could not predict. And while he remained wary of rebellion, Zeus acknowledged that the strength of Olympus lay not in suppression, but in understanding and balance. Prometheus's suffering, while severe, served as a reminder to Zeus that the world he ruled was one of complex balances, power tempered by wisdom, control softened by compassion, authority balanced with understanding. But Prometheus's defiance was only one part of the challenges Zeus would face. Join us in the next episode as we explore the tale of Deucalion's flood, a reckoning that would reshape the world, testing both mortals and gods in their resilience and ability to rebuild after divine intervention. Until we meet again, may your path be filled with peace, strength, and a touch of magic. I'm young Homer, and I look forward to our next story together.